This package sends critical aid to our Ukrainian allies in their fight against Putin's army. This national security package will deliver humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza, the West Bank, Sudan, and other places where it is vitally important throughout the world. This package will send defensive assistance to Israel and security support to our partners in Taiwan. And certainly a couple months back, after the Senate passed their national security supplemental with 70 votes, I strongly advocated for Speaker Johnson to bring that bill forward without delay quickly so we could pass it in the House. And when I met with Ukrainian President Zelensky in Ukraine as part of a bipartisan group of lawmakers earlier this year, he was clear about the urgency of the situation on the ground in Ukraine. And we were clear about our desire and our commitment to getting the National Security Supplemental through. Certainly, as a member of the House Intelligence Committee, I know how critical this aid is, not just for global stability, but for our own national security priorities. And ultimately, while it was a few months later than I would have liked, I am ultimately pleased that serious lawmakers got together, did the job, that the Speaker was willing to bring the bills forward, and that we were able to pass the National Security Supplemental, its vital components, through the House. As far as next steps, we anticipate that the Senate will pass this legislation this week, meaning it will go to President Biden's desk to be signed into law immediately upon that passage. Thank you to everyone across the 7th District who were part of making a case for advocating for this National Security Supplemental to move forward. I appreciate your advocacy. One of the reasons that I have been so supportive of our Ukrainian allies is because they are fighting their own war for freedom. They are on the battlefield day in and day out, and they have made extraordinary strides forward in the years since Russia first invaded. What they have asked of us is the provision of lethal aid, the provision of support. And as we have given that, and as other countries throughout the world have given that, they have been able to do just remarkable, extraordinary things on the battlefield. Their fight for democracy is a fight consistent with American values, and their fight for democracy is one that does clearly, for lack of a better word, benefit the United States, because when an authoritarian warmonger like Vladimir Putin's army is beaten back by the Ukrainian army, that is a success for all of us. And so my commitment to our Ukrainian partners is because they've demonstrated that their commitment is profound and their motivation is all-encompassing, and their desire to win is based on their desire for freedom, which is certainly something that here in the United States we should be uplifting and upholding because it's consistent with our values.